Okay, now that it's being recorded, I can take this. Iris podcast. Cross to more pages. Perfect. That works really well. Share pages to groups. Perfect. And there's no option to save that, but okay. And we are going to go live. All right. And then once I'm live, I have to share it into the other groups. Jessica says, okay. I panicked. Okay. So I'm going to go to the Midnight Farmers page. And I'm going to make sure I share it to. Sorry, you guys have to go through this with me every single time, but I need to be able to share it. Why is it doing that? All right. Make sure it goes into the Midnight Farmers group. But I don't understand what is going on with this. Share via. No, we don't want to do that. Hi. Hi, guys. I'm having some minor technical difficulties right now trying to share it. Are we live in the Victory Gardens Revival group right now? Because I used some multi-tool that told me it was going to multi-post to different places. And I want to make sure that it is actually doing that. See, this is the old one that's live at the top. It doesn't look like it's shared to the Victory Gardens Revival page. What is going on? And the boys are late. So if you're on TikTok, I want you guys to go into their pages on TikTok, and whatever video you see them do recently, I want you to put a bunch of chicken poop emojis. All right, share to a group. Search for a group. Oh my goodness, it's literally only allowing me to put it in the Midnight Farmers podcast group. I don't understand what's going on here. I'm interacting as min. All right, let's see if this will work. Share to a group. Oh boy, guys. I don't know why this is not working the right way for me right now. Are we in? Someone give me a comment. Are we in the Midnight or the Victory Gardens Revival group? Because that is where we're telling people to comment. And I don't see that it's in there through what I'm looking at. I'm going to the Facebook page. No one else is here. I'm here. Okay, Salty. I don't know why. It is not letting me share it into the group as far as I can see. And oh, never mind. Wait, it is. Okay, I marked it as an announcement. And I am going, oh, Jessica, you saved the day. I knew I was making a good choice when I made you a moderator of the group. Thank you for doing that. I just pinned it to the top of the group. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Salty, I'm going to call you. I have Salty over here on TikTok. And now I think we are good to go. Such a nerve-wracking thing when you first do that. All right. Because everybody's watching you. Even though everybody's watching you the whole time, it's just like, oh, I have tasks to do. Nobody wants to do tasks in front of other people. All right. Salty's prom picture.
Hey, I'm here.
Hey, I don't see you.
I know what. Seriously, what is going on?
I know. I think something's wrong with Zoom today, honestly.
There I am.
There we go. I really do. I think there's just something goofy going on
My screen looks so small.
with Zoom. Yeah, because it didn't give me options to have backgrounds. Then I had to like close it out and refresh it, open it again, and now it's got the background on it. But I was having a heck of a time before, guys. We are live, by the way. We are live. I was having a heck of a time trying to get this background on here. If not, you were gonna have something that looked like a green garbage bag.
No, it works. So how about Farmer Froberg? What happened to him?
He's coming.
Is he coming?
Yep, he's coming.
Guys,
There he is. Your
There
prom
he
picture's up.
is.
my computer, I'm so sorry.
It's
My
okay.
computer is not, I don't know what's going on. And because I usually plug my phone, we're not recording now. Are we live?
We are live.
Yeah.
Watch your P's and Q's there, Farmer Froberg. We know how your mouth is. I'm kidding.
Okay.
I was about to say, I don't think it's his mouth you got to worry about.
That's funny. All right, I'm gonna have to rock this off of my phone.
Okay.
I'm so sorry, y'all.
It's not you. I swear it's Zoom today, or just all of the electronics do not want to work today. I
They
had,
don't.
I had a heck of a time, but we are live, so we're good.
Well, that's fantastic. How the heck are y'all?
Good?
Oh, I can finally take a breath. It's been like nonstop since 4 o'clock for me. And I've just been like, I had texted Danny. I'm like, I do not like the 6 o'clock time. This is not my time.
Yeah, guys, I don't
Yeah.
think this 6 o'clock time is going to happen again. So if you guys want it to be later, we're thinking 8 o'clock would be a good time
Yes. 8.
on a Friday.
What did the
8
comments say? What did the comments say on Facebook?
I don't know if anyone's here yet because I'm not seeing any comments. Oh,
There's
never
tons
mind.
of people. There's lots of people when I was in there, when I was waiting for your phone call.
Okay, I see it. All right, Jessica's here. Dakota is here. All right, let's see. Limited
And
movement.
I wouldn't mind 9 o'clock Eastern.
Someone said salty color coordinating today. Gray. Gray
I
for
am
life.
gray.
Gray's for life. I love it. I love it. It's due to the lockdown, Misty said.
Yeah, I believe it. Toronto got on lockdown today as well, but they're
Did they?
keeping schools open. Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Yep. So I was on a live on TikTok because I follow a lot of Canadians as well, and he's a teacher, plant trainers. If anybody wants to know who it is, Adam and Shoshana, really good. Actually, they're a vegan couple. So of all things, you know how I get along with vegans so well. I follow them and they follow me, but they're awesome vegans. So
But like you said, there are some vegans who are a little too pushy, and then there are some vegans who are actually there just to kind of like educate people and try to help them understand their way, and they're not pushy.
exactly.
The way
I think
that
there's
some-
just
I've
people
definitely
out
seen
there.
some aggressive vegans on your page.
There's some
think-
aggressive people on the other side of it too, and
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what I was
unfortunately
gonna say.
hear about that from the good vegans too, and everybody just lumps everybody else together.
Yeah, I feel like it's a people thing.
It is. It's an individual thing.
It's a
Yeah.
It all comes down to individuality for sure. All right, you want to get started? So
Yep. I'm still working on my computer. If
And-
it comes up, I'm gonna like get off and then can you add me back on, Danny?
Of course.
So
Of
I'm
course.
sorry. I'm still trying to work on it, but for the time being, we're
No problem.
I like your sign.
What sign? Oh, that's our sign.
It
That's
is our
the
sign.
that has our names on it, which is so
I went a
can't
little different today too. I'm in the barn. I'm not in the flower studio. I'm in the
I
barn.
see that. We're
noticed
taking the
that.
tour.
Yeah, work our way. One day we'll do like a lunch episode, and we'll all get a tour or something.
Yeah,
That'd be fun.
definitely. Maybe we can do like one episode we could all do it from like a beach chair, a lawn chair. We could set up like a fake beach scene in our living rooms because we're all stuck in the house. So
If we're
That's
doing
funny.
that, I'm gonna need beach. It needs to be flat out beach. That's for sure.
definitely after this kind of
What?
year, for sure.
Am I the closest to saltwater out of the three of us?
Yes.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I'm like 30 minutes from the coast.
Oh
And so
yeah.
okay.
Definitely that. It's definitely you. Okay. So, all right, here's our rundown. We are the Midnight Farmers Podcast. We are here to tell the world to grow food right now and to pay attention to the supply issues that are going on with the food. We are here to try to help you learn agriculture and permaculture and all kinds of cultures so that you can be self-sustainable. We want Victory Gardens revival, which means a revival of at-home gardens in every neighborhood all throughout the United States. And we advocate for all Americans to be able to own chickens because that is a sustainable source of protein and it can help your gardens in a loop cycle. They poop, it goes in your garden, you grow the food, you eat the food, and it all works out. It works together in a cycle, and then you feed the scraps to the chickens, so it's a full loop. All right, so
It's a circle.
yes, it's a circle. I can't go over here because sometimes my hands disappear when I go into the background. See that? Okay.
And I'm exaggerating, so I'm used to doing big hand motions, but you can't see it. And I'm feeling like I have to do hand motions in this little screen right here.
I hear you. All right. So, flex. Who has a flex? What is your flex for the day?
I'll go first only because I have a few, if that's all right. Yeah, am I allowed?
You.
A few.
I
Now
know
we
I'm
have a
breaking the
few?
rules, but I have to. I have to. Okay. And so
Well, if you do two, does that mean I have to do three?
no, I'll just do one. Y'all are the worst.
I'm just kidding. Go
I'm just
ahead.
kidding.
Don't be a baby.
No, maybe I better just do one and I'll do the next one whenever it comes to fruition and we get results from it. So my one flex. my flex is I know a couple of weeks ago we talked about our United Healthcare project here at the organization.
Yeah.
And so we got to do it again this week. This time, the first time it was with new mothers, and this time it was with the elderly. So
nice.
yeah, I gave out
That's
100
awesome.
produce boxes. So it was awesome.
That
Cool.
sounds awesome. I love it.
Congratulations.
If you guys don't know, Froggy lives in a food desert area. If you don't know what a food desert
yeah, I don't live in one, but I run a farm.
You're surrounded by them, right?
Yeah,
They're
I run a
in
farm by
local
one.
area. So they run the farm in order to feed these local food desert areas because access to food is a very difficult thing for those areas. And most of the time, these people are getting their food from things like gas stations, convenience stores, places where you really would not want to have 100% of your diet coming from. So I love that flex because he's feeding people who really need to be fed.
All right, Paul, what you got, man?
All right, mine was actually unexpected and for me pretty exciting. Just this past week, I was approached on TikTok to be an affiliate. So for me, I'm like, that's pretty darn cool. I never anticipated anything. I'm just here just to have fun and just to meet and connect with people like you guys. And it's actually a product and a company that I can get behind. So I'm happy about that because honestly, I wouldn't do it if I didn't, find a use or need for it. So what it is, and it's so funny that just a few weeks ago, well, maybe it's been about a month or two ago, I'd done a video about how I have these work boots and my wife says I just need to get rid of them and get a new pair of work boots. I'm like, they're fine, they're good. I just put a little bit of duct tape and then they got another good 6 months, a year out of them. Turns out it's actually a footwear company. So Rock Rooster Footwear. So they're gonna go ahead and send me a pair of boots to try out, and you guys will be seeing that soon. I've already put a link in my bio if you want to check out their website. But
That's
cool
awesome,
thing is-
man.
yeah, anybody that wants it, they get 15% off by going there. So I'm looking forward to it. So it's work boots and hiking boots. So it's pretty cool.
We're
That's
so
incredible.
happy for you.
Yes.
And you know what? Facebook is blowing up with little heart emojis right now. I don't know who's clicking the button, but there's a million little hearts right now.
That's
that you
amazing.
That's
you have
awesome.
that. Yeah. And Kim from Growing Through the Weeds says, well done, Paul. Good job. So
Thank you, Kim.
okay, so my flex of the day, if we're gonna go with day and not week, I cleaned out the chicken coop today, and I had an IEP meeting for my daughter that went very, very, very well, and I was busy all day long, and I'm just, those are my flexes of the day. Oh, and that video and our commercial that I made today. I don't know if
I
you guys
saw
saw that
that.
commercial that I made for us today, but I had so much fun turning you guys into Thor and all different kind of characters.
I cannot wait to show Mrs. Froberg Froggy Thor. Okay.
If you
Saying.
need a copy of any of these pictures, guys, let me know. Send them your way.
Heck yeah.
That's funny.
The Salty was Rembrandt. And it's so funny.
I only had one request. Do you want to tell him, Danny, or should I?
What?
Well, that I wasn't going to be transgendered.
Oh, yeah.
That was my only request.
But you know
'Cause
what? There are
I'd
some
lose
pretty
the
crazy
beard.
guy ones on there. There's some pretty crazy guy ones on there. You guys giving me permission to use your face on those. I don't know if you guys thought that through, but I'm going to have a lot of fun with it.
That's
It
so
is
funny.
what it is.
That's funny.
Y'all are amazing. IEPs help so much. Those commercials were hilarious. Everybody on Facebook is chiming in on the commercial that we made.
That's hilarious.
Awesome.
Someone said, did anyone else lose sound? Hopefully that's just for that person and not for everybody. Can you guys hear us? You're hearing us well? Let us know. I have everybody on TikTok also live. They're watching us through here. So if you guys don't know, okay, everybody has sound. Oh, Alex is here. Hey, Alex, what's up? If you guys don't know, these guys, they kept telling me that there was a special secret guest for like the past 2 weeks. I've been being told that there's a special secret guest. I'm not allowed to know who it is. And they went as far as setting up an email address that is something along the lines of like, it's a secret Danny at yahoo.com. Something like
Yep.
that. So they think they're very, very clever. And I've had some ideas as who the guest could be, but then when you put, if you tack on the fact that this is a veterans show, because this is our second veteran show, I'm not sure who it is. And I am racking my brain and I cannot figure it out.
I can tell you, I would have never guessed it myself. If Farmer Froberg hadn't told me, I would have never guessed it.
Several disclaimers. Okay. First off, I've had pre-instructed our special guest that when this person comes on to black their screen so that Danny can take the opportunity to ask 20 questions and see if she can guess.
Oh gosh.
I like this.
I don't know.
Wait, are there any voice effects as well?
No, so this person will be using his or her regular voice.
Oh boy.
The other disclaimer is that this guest is not exciting by any stretch of the truth, and it's just really fun messing with Danny.
It's like such a main thing to be like, this guest isn't exciting. Like, no one wants to hear that about themselves.
I don't think the guest will mind.
Is it Trevor?
The guest will not mind. It is not.
I just don't know I don't know how you would make it Trevor, but I feel like it's Trevor. Like, I don't understand.
I think you'd be more offended by being called Trevor.
Stay tuned for 2021, where our special guest appearance will be Trevor.
Yes, definitely.
That'll
right,
be awesome.
Salty, I think it's time for Salty's headlines.
Oh wait, weren't we gonna go through goals?
Oh, well, I kind of did. I did. When I first started, I was like, the goals of the podcast are to get the world to grow food.
Oh well, I want to go traveling.
Oh, let's, guys, this has got to happen. This has to happen because we've literally talked about it so much about this documentary and how we want to travel. We are actually tagging each other on TikTok in like bucket list things that we want to do while we're going and visiting all of your farms, all of these different ideas. So yeah, I would love to go and travel all over the United States and just go to your
All
farm
over. We're not going to limit ourselves. All over the world.
all over the world. Okay.
We got to catch Richard in
Let's go.
Australia.
Yes, let's go see
Yep.
Richard.
And I was having a really good conversation with some of my Canadian friends yesterday, and they want us to come to Canada too. So
There you go.
Really?
yes,
So
yep.
guys, obviously COVID is going on. We know this very well. We are thinking 2022 is probably going to be when we can start to travel and really do what we want to do with this podcast. Not just this podcast, but this cause. Because this is becoming a very big cause for us. We are talking about becoming maybe a nonprofit. We want to help farmers. At the end of the day, we want to help the people who are growing the food. We want to give them recognition. We want to give them interviews. We want to hear their side of it. If there's too much overreach going on, we want to know about it. We want to have those conversations with you guys, and we're dedicated to it. We've talked about it a lot, and it's really important to us. So
Well, and tying in with our veteran show part 2, one of the stats I had read this week is that farmers have twice as high of a suicide rate as veterans do. So
I just
that, yes, and so for me, that's a huge concern in our community as well. So, and again, it ties it back to that's what we are here for. We're here for support. We're here for this as a group, that we don't have to, or you don't have to do this alone.
Yeah.
And Danny and I kind of had this conversation a while back of why farming, specifically where I'm at, anywhere on any Gulf Coast, is tough because it's 52 weeks out of the year. And something that never stops can be difficult for mental health. It's
Mhm.
extremely difficult.
Yeah.
Any farming can be difficult for mental health,
That's something
Exactly.
that I was unaware of when I started this. It wasn't until I really started to reach out to the farmers that were on TikTok and have conversations in their lives. Like there are some guys who are plowing the fields in the middle of the night by themselves, hours and
Mhm.
hours, and they go live, and I have conversations with them about shortages, about how many hours they're working a day, all of those things. And you guys really brought that to my attention that, the suicide rate is very high in farmers, and that is such a terrible thing.
Can I say,
very
I want to
bad.
add just one thing, okay? And I know, something that comes up in my lives a lot is, wow, you smile so much. You're always so happy. And
Yeah.
it's intentional. Like, it's not a character, right?
Mhm.
It's not Trevor. Like, it's intentional. I am this happy all the time.
Yeah.
But I'm able to do that because, and this, at the moment I heard this statement, I knew it would change my life. Agriculture is the constant belief in tomorrow, period.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
So you're always planting a seed to grow something later, right? Nothing's instant. There's no instant, you know what I mean? Nothing's instant. It's always about the belief in tomorrow. And so,
It's hope. Hope Farms. It's hope.
there you go. There you go.
For the future, to believe, to believe in that, that good tomorrow, that tomorrow exists.
That's it.
I know the world is scary right now, but tomorrow exists, and we need to get ahead of this thing. If we want to make a big change, if we want to make a big impact on the world, we have to start here. We're starting small, but we really do feel and believe in our mission, and we're not going to stop until we get to mainstream media. I would love to be in mainstream media, maybe not the people who are owning a lot of the companies right now, but maybe be the new media. Let's rise up and be the new media and be pro farming and pro gardening and pro agriculture and permaculture and all of these things, because the world needs it. It's more important than your sitcoms or your Kardashians at the end of the day. So
That's right.
Agreed.
he
Definitely.
said, "What is Tyler eating? He's eating on the show. Why is he eating? No, I'm just. They just
First off,
eating.
I am always eating, and I just ate the last of my pocket okra.
Okra?
Pocket
You
okra.
All day long.
You haven't heard of pocket okra?
No.
I have a
So-
theory.
What?
Okra must be very good for your mood because Farmer Froberg is very positive and he eats okra all day long.
All day long. And so if you ever hop in my lives, you'll know. And I had someone today say we need to make shirts that have like a fake pocket with printed okra coming out of it. And
I can
so,
do that.
yeah.
Is
and so-
Kim still here? Because I'm commissioning her for a bunch of sewing stuff.
The
Yeah,
apron?
there we go.
Oh my gosh. Yes, Kim is still here and I told her as well that I want to be her first customer. I have another flex.
I know what your flex is. I know exactly what your flex
I
is.
know you can
Yep.
read my
Own
mind.
it.
Okay. So on a previous show, I said that I was going to support my friend Jessie on
yeah.
on being her first customer for her tea company. And I promised her that probably like 2 or 3 months ago. And I said, as soon as you start your business and you start your website, I'm going to be your first customer. So she launched her website the other day. And right away, I got on there and I made her first order and I'm waiting for it. And I got to see her package it. She made a video of her packaging it. And I am just so excited about that. Her link is not on my website yet, but it will be soon. It will be in that
Awesome.
shopping area that I talked about on the last show.
Well, and
Amazing.
speaking of shopping, I did order from EOD Confections as well. So I'm going to be having some holiday fudge. I signed up for their 1-year subscription. So I'm excited about that.
So, and can we just say again, I know y'all are both feeling this as well, but like huge honor to have him on the show. B,
Oh, yeah.
marriage goals, like hashtag marriage
Yes.
goals.
Yes.
Yep.
Like good
And you know,
people.
I have to
Good
say,
people.
thoroughly enjoyed their live right
Yes.
after we did the podcast and they went live from the
Yep.
bedroom. They were just hanging out talking to us. I feel like there are kind of people like
Well, and the
Sure.
funny thing is I
Instant
think all
friends.
3 of us were in there live at the same
We
time.
were.
too.
yeah
There was
I
one
think it's
specific
different.
moment that stood out, but I don't want to embarrass her. And
Yeah.
stop-
No.
I agree.
No, we won't.
That was classic.
that was just for us. That was just
Yeah.
for us. But
Oh
my
man.
goodness. I think the wife is incredible. I think she's incredible. And I think that we figured out that we're the same type of people while we were live on the podcast. And I thought that was awesome. It was like Gary V. We've both been following Gary V. We both love to eat tacos and quesadillas and stuff every night. Like they're just certain things. I really like her. I really like them. And I can't wait for
Awesome.
their tactical apron
Yes.
come out so that we can all have a tactical apron and like put tools and weapons and stuff in it. It's really cool.
Well, and our cooking episode.
Yes.
Yeah,
do a
we're
cooking
planning on
episode.
doing a cooking episode with EOD Confections. We're all gonna go live. Froggy's gonna send us some ingredients.
Yep.
And then we're all gonna come on here live and we're gonna cook on the show. And EOD Confections, he's going to teach us a recipe. It's gonna be great. I don't have a date for that yet, so you guys have to stay tuned.
You know what would be really cool is if we got, have you ever seen the blacked out goggles?
Yeah.
Yeah,
If we tried to cook like he does.
Oh,
that would be intense.
so my father-in-law, like I said on the last show, is also blind. And sometimes I close my eyes and I walk around the house just to see, how it feels and how he can do things. And it is a whole different world. It's a whole different experience, experiencing things through your fingertips and your touch. It's
Mhm.
definitely, I could not cook. I guarantee you I wouldn't be able to do it. He's a very
For sure.
awesome, strong individual.
I've watched his videos, and just even grabbing into the oven is amazing. You know that he
Incredible.
can do that. Yes,
Yes.
agreed.
Alex said, I'm excited. He's excited about that cooking show. Yeah, you
Love
guys
that.
didn't know that. We have all kinds of plans.
We have a lot of
background.
ideas.
A lot of
We have
plans.
lots of ideas between the three of us. I think we're very idea creative. We are just creative people. Why can't I speak? Creative people.
You need your coconut oil.
The create maybe. I do. I need my coconut oil. Hold on. Hold on.
Oh man.
It gets dry sometimes, guys. You know, like you talk too much and you just gotta put some coconut oil in there and then you're all good again. You can talk.
do what you
Let's
gotta
just
do.
clear some stuff up. That's worse than pocket okra. Any day of the week, that was worse than pocket okra.
No, it's only when I go live, because when I go live on TikTok, people stay there for literally hours. They
Yeah.
Yeah.
listen to me talk about the dumbest things.
And you lose your voice too.
And I do every single time I lose my voice. Salty's been there before when I lose my voice.
Mhm.
So coconut oil is a life changer for me. Okay, so Salty, headlines?
Yeah, I have a couple here. So you guys read the ones that I forwarded on to you, right? Or kind of perused them a bit. What?
Yep.
A bit.
Oh, okay. Well, good, because that's about as much as I researched. Anyway.
That's okay. We're just gonna wing it. All right.
I have two good ones. And by the way, from the video I had done yesterday, I did get some outpouring of people that did send me in some articles, so I'm excited about that. So
Nice.
again, I got some international ones, and I'm getting like a bank of stories together here. So
Nice.
I don't want to do too many of them tonight. One, because I didn't prepare really good, and two, because we have our guest coming on yet as well. So I don't know when he's planning on, but the two that I want to talk about were the mink. Do you guys remember that one at all? So
Yes, I do.
so this
Yes.
for me,
Yes,
this
yes.
is crazy. This is two. Oh, sorry, I'm fidgeting. I got stuff in my hands. Anyway, there's two stories that involve mink, and what's been happening is the coronavirus, the COVID, has actually been transferring to the mink population. So this has happened both in Utah and in Europe. I think it was like Denmark or around in Germany area. But because it's transferring to the mink, they are slaughtering and killing off all the mink. And it was, hundreds of thousands of mink. They did say, though, that it's not cross-contaminating, so it's not going to go from the mink to the humans, but the humans are infecting the mink. So I know. And I know earlier
what
this
they're
year.
afraid of there is probably that it's going to mutate while it's within the mink. So they're trying to stop it before it mutates and then becomes something that is communicable to humans from the mink.
Correct. And in the European article, they had talked exactly like that the main purpose is they don't want that mutation to interfere with the vaccine that they're supposedly developing. So there's something to do with the vaccine development and vaccine interference. So that's kind of where that's at right there. Yeah, so that one, it really brought to mind earlier this year, they had talked about the cats, the felines getting COVID or coronavirus as well. So again, it's just another documented case of animals becoming infected by coming in contact with humans as well. So it's not just animals to human, as it did with the pig and the rat and whatever happened originally, but now it's starting to jump other species as well.
I know that very early on, I was paying attention to other countries. That's how I knew a lot of things were coming. I was paying attention to other countries' news, not ours. And right away, within the first couple of months, there was a dog. There was a dog that contracted COVID, and there was a cat that contracted COVID, and there was also a tiger at one point.
Yeah, yep. There's a big tiger in one of the zoos.
Definitely not new, but it's something, viruses do mutate. So you always got to keep an eye on that.
So, and then the the other article. What did you guys think about the one with the growing meat in a test tube?
Don't get me started.
Oh, come on.
I wouldn't touch it with a 10-foot pole. That's my opinion on it. I wouldn't do it. It doesn't feel natural to me. I'm very about, all the natural processes, and when you start to take things from animals and then grow them in a lab and call it, food, I tend to be a little suspicious of that. I know KFC has announced it on their website that the KFC
Mhm.
chicken is going to be grown in a lab. I'm not a fan. I'm not a fan.
But Danny, you're not going to kill animals. You're not going to kill a living thing.
And so, okay, now I have to say it. So it's that point that I have a problem with, right? And so that point is, y'all both heard me say it before in private discussions, but that point that you just said there, Paul, is going to create this very, very unique Venn diagram, right?
Mhm.
And it's going to be the people who are anti-GMO and the people who would be pro this, for lack of better term, Franken meats, and the people who fall in the middle of that Venn diagram, right,
Mhm.
is going to blow my mind.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I agree.
Well, like I had suspected, and reading further on in this article, there are definitely some huge side effects here. So, of them being all of the processing, all of the refrigeration, all of the whatever you want to call it, inputs more resources into growing this fake food than it does raising those animals or those animals producing their quote unquote carbon footprint. So the refrigeration and the chemicals that are necessary in order to create this way surpasses what you would get from a regular animal.
So, disclaimer once again, everything we say about these topics is our opinion. We
Our
are
opinion.
barring ourselves from legal action because some companies like to take legal action when you say things against them. We, in our opinions, we don't agree with the process, and we feel that it is heavier if, maybe heavier or equal to the environmental effects of what is already going on. And that is not where we want to go. We want to go somewhere that's more sustainable, permaculture, and things like that. So there's my disclaimer once again. That's good.
Yep.
I should probably do that at the beginning of every show.
Do a scrolling one like Star
We get in
Wars.
trouble.
Yeah, a little scrolling one like Star
Yeah,
Wars.
scroll like Star Wars.
Exactly.
That's funny.
So, and I have that article, so I can always post that along with whenever you post this as well, Danny. Get those. So again, it's something to refer back to.
Yeah, send me the links. We'll share it to the Midnight Farmers page or put it on the website. I think
Yep.
Sherry, I am trying to get an RSS ticker for your headline.
Cool.
I want to
Yes.
put the RSS ticker on there. I talked to Bizarre Abyss, if you guys know her, on TikTok. She's a very good friend of mine, and she's going to help me out with the RSS feed for the website. And then we could take all of Salty's headlines and put them on the website, but then you could take that code and put it into whatever RSS feeds that you have in your browser, so
That
that
would
you
be awesome.
Salty's headlines. Did you
I
guys
like it.
see the little salt shaker?
Salt shaker, yes.
Yeah. And all the frogs, the froggy. I have a million pictures.
The frogs are funny.
Salt and frogs don't really mix though.
No, they don't.
Well, I guess, if you eat frog legs, they do.
My
Danny,
daughter went on a mission once upon a time. She was like,
Funny.
I need to eat frog legs. I need to try them.
Hey,
And we had to go out and find frog legs for her, and she loved them.
when I
so
lived in
one of
Minnesota,
my,
we had a restaurant that served frog legs.
Tyler, you're going in and out a little bit, and you're freezing a little bit.
oh,
Is your computer working yet?
I'm sorry, guys.
It's okay.
Well, I was about to say, Danny, you're freezing on me as well, and you're freezing right now.
Oh, is it me?
I'm sorry.
I hope it's not me. Can you hear me now?
I can hear you. Yep.
good?
Yep.
Okay.
Well,
All right.
Illinois just went into
Y'all,
stage 3
y'all are
lockdown.
crystal clear on my end. Both of y'all are crystal clear on my end.
You're still frozen for me, Froggy.
Wow.
Yeah,
Yep.
not sure
What?
what's going on there.
Well,
Can
and
y'all
like
hear me now?
a little bit.
No, it's kind of cracking up.
Yep.
So what happened was Froggy was supposed to come on the show through his computer, and then his computer gave him one of those update the computer screens when he restarted it. So it's updating right now, and it is not letting him into the computer. So just bear with us.
Is that better?
It is better.
It is.
Yes.
Okay.
Lots of
think
technical
what
difficulties
I
today.
we have farm Wi-Fi, but it's not very good. And so I try to keep my Wi-Fi off. I think my phone had accidentally connected to it.
Jesse said you sound like a drunk robot.
Oh no, I'm
We can-
sorry, y'all.
We can hear you now, though. We can hear.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what I was saying about frog legs is our local FFA chapter, one of my buddies hosts a fundraising cook-off every year for it. And
Really?
a couple of years, he does a mystery meat every year. And a couple of years ago, the mystery meat was frog legs. Yeah. They were good too. We smoked them. They were delicious.
I did it.
They just remind me of small, like buffalo wings or buffalo chicken.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know.
A little bit
I
more
don't
tender
like-
in my
I
opinion.
don't like seafood, and I'm not a big fish eater. I'm not that fishy flavor is just not my deal. And I actually I do remember biting into it and thinking that it tasted fishy.
Mhm.
And I couldn't do it. So I did not eat the frog legs, but
How about crawfish?
Here
Or
goes my-
crawdads? Oh,
you're breaking up again.
yep.
Oh, guys, bear with us. We're having quite the hoot of a time here today.
What about now? Is it good now?
Yeah, I heard
was
that
good.
much.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay, good.
Somehow you look older.
Ouch.
It's like the lighting.
It's the lighting. It's the
No,
lighting.
now.
it's not an ouch thing. It's I didn't say you were like 100 years old. It was just like your hair is very dark, and all of a sudden
Yes.
it's like a different kind of light. And I was like, huh.
Most people aren't used to seeing me without a hat on.
Yeah.
Too. That's probably it too. Yeah, for sure. I do see you without your hat though. You're in the car with
Yeah,
your hat sometimes.
Yeah.
And then he's got the Clark Kent glasses.
Yep.
All of a sudden, he's this different guy.
I do. I wear a full suit underneath my farm chic. And
Yes.
so I rip the ripped clothes off and put
Emoji coming soon, guys.
Yeah.
Totally pull that off.
Well, should
All right.
we
Yes,
move
yes,
to the
yes, because I
guest?
think we are 40. Are we 48 minutes in already?
What?
What? I know we started a little late, so that
That's
makes up
crazy.
for a little bit of the time, but we are so bad at keeping good time here.
So bad.
Maybe we need to hire a timekeeper.
Right?
Yeah, let's hire a timekeeper. Yeah. I don't know. I have been keeping an eye on it, but we are just having a lot of fun. So
This is why I don't prepare.
yeah.
This is what
I winged it today. I almost came on here, my background wasn't working, and you guys have the green behind me. And I thought I was gonna have to go on air with the green garbage bag behind me. It looks like a garbage bag. It's actually a tablecloth, but okay. So if you guys don't know, today's guest is a secret. I was not allowed to know.
A secret veteran.
A secret veteran. I was not allowed to know who this person is. So I have to invite them in. It says Secret Danny. Okay, I'm inviting Secret Danny in. Oh my
Remember,
gosh.
you get 20 questions.
I love it.
I hope I
love
know
this.
this person well. I hope I know this person well.
Well, at least you know that their voice isn't camouflaged.
Yes.
Okay, so the voice is not okay. All right, it says Secret Danny on the screen. You guys are too much. You guys are too much. Oh my gosh. Just like Froggy yodeling in the car the other day. Too much.
Is our guest here?
It says Secret Danny. They should
Yeah.
be here.
Your sound is off.
Yes, your sound is off. You have to put your sound on. So hit the unmute.
There we go. Can you hear us?
Yes.
Okay, secret guest. Danny has 20 questions or so or less. I don't really care. To try to guess who you are.
Oh,
So
boy.
Danny, take it away.
Did you recently have a baby?
No.
Darn. It's not Hop Farm then. Do you grow microgreens?
No, ma'am.
Oh, I don't know whose voice that is. Oh my gosh, guys, you didn't tell me I had 20 questions.
That's news to me.
Do I know you well? Do I comment on your stuff often?
Never once.
How am I supposed to know who this is?
You've never commented on his stuff? Shame on you, Danny.
Oh, how am I supposed to
How
know?
rude.
Is this somebody you guys know and I don't?
I've commented on his stuff.
That this is true. Salty has.
Are you 100% that I know this person?
No.
Are you asking us or him?
Kim knows him?
Back to your question.
What is your area of expertise? Is it
Wait, I
gardening?
thought 20 questions was
permaculture?
yes or no.
Is it a farmer?
Yes and no.
Oh gosh, this is the worst thing I've ever had happen to me publicly.
There's one question in particular that I think would help a lot, but I'm going to let you get through a few more before I give you that.
Let me sweat it out a little bit. Oh my. Are you in Tennessee?
No, ma'am.
No, ma'am. A ma'am. Wait. That's a southern thing.
Uh-uh.
Oh. Wait, was that an to the southern thing? Oh my gosh, I can't do it. I don't know who this is. Are you a cowboy?
No?
Are you a rancher? Like cattle or sheep? What's your animal? What's your biggest animal that you have on TikTok?
Yes or no questions. Keep
I
running through the list.
can't do that.
Just keep running through the list. You're almost there.
Oh my gosh. Are you in the suburbs?
No, ma'am.
Darn. Oh man. I don't know. I
Do
have
you mind if I take here? Let me take a question.
Okay.
Hey, guest.
Yes, sir.
Are you related to one of the hosts?
Yes.
No, you're not. Did you get my cousin?
Hey, guest. Go ahead and open your camera and just smile at the camera.
Well, that's not going to be a good view.
I'm so excited. I can't.
Wait.
Who is that?
Okay, back up and show your whole face.
Is it? I don't know who that is.
It's the other Froggy. That's my brother.
Oh my gosh, that's your brother?
I know it's hard to tell. I'm a lot better looking than he is.
Oh, I think you just come from a handsome family. I bet all the birds are so handsome.
Okay, so I told you it wasn't exciting at all. It was just fun messing with you.
That's that was bothering me so much. I'm like, how could he say that a guest is not exciting?
That's how.
I
Because I can't hurt his
don't go on
feelings.
your podcast anymore because you
So
told me I wasn't exciting.
to Danny and Paul and all of our viewers, I'd like to introduce you to my brother, Austin Froberg. So Austin, much like myself, is a fourth generation agriculturalist. He's currently an active duty soldier stationed at Fort Bragg in North Carolina. He just left his home in Fort Hood, where he was knee deep into the egg industry as an active duty soldier and a CrossFitter. He's an extremely active member of the CrossFit community and just overall healthy living, healthy lifestyles.
That's
He's
awesome.
also a
So nice to
full-time
meet you.
he's also a full-time RVer.
That's
R&B?
awesome.
Like-
RVer, recreational vehicle.
Oh,
Like he lives in a camper.
R&B, like rhythm
They
and
probably
blues,
call that
guys.
something different where they're from.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm thinking rhythm and blues. I'm like, yeah, I'm down with that. I could do, yeah. It is so nice to meet you, and thank you for your service. And this was such a surprise. You guys went into this knowing that I would not have a freaking clue.
Maybe a little
Yep.
bit.
They just made me suffer, guys. I just had to suffer that. They just wanted to see me sweat that out.
Just a little bit.
Payback.
But for the record, Austin now owns this email address, and so maybe if he'll just give me the password, we'll just do this with every guest.
That's
Oh,
what
that
I
would be
think the plan
awesome.
was.
Yes.
I thought
I
that was
like
your
it.
plan to begin with. It is so nice to meet you.
Welcome,
It's good to meet
Austin.
you as well. Thank y'all. Thank y'all.
So Austin is on TikTok as well. So he is a TikToker. He's currently growing his account.
Okay. Get him to 1,000, guys, so he could go live.
He is. He's at what, 3,500 ish?
Yeah, last time I checked, it was around 35. Yes.
Oh,
3,500. Yeah.
he's not a new TikTok.
No, he's not. No,
Okay.
he's been going
I'm
at
just
it.
not as active as y'all are.
Yeah.
Well, we have nothing better to do, apparently.
I do
Yeah.
a lot of watching.
I
So,
feel the same way.
So Austin, I'll start off with some questions, and Danny and Paul, y'all jump in at any time. Austin, you just recently left your home at Fort Hood, where, as I said, you were knee deep in the egg industry. Now, I talk a lot about direct to consumer marketing, which is what you were doing. So will you tell everyone a little bit about the unique way that you would sell your egg? Well, first, let everybody know how many chickens you have. We're not talking a backyard chicken operation here. Let everybody know how many chickens you have.
No, so right as I was leaving, we stopped hatching, and we have a little over 100. I think my count was 103. Right as we were leaving. Not all were laying yet, but
Austin's wife is also active duty Army, and she's still at Fort Hood taking care of the birds.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
Thank her
And
for
so-
her service as well.
And so, yeah, go into a little bit about the unique ways that you would market your eggs using your, your love for working out and being an active duty soldier.
yeah. So actually, years ago, I got hurt and had a really big surgery done, and then after that, to be able to stay in, I had to change something, lose a bunch of weight because I was on bed rest for a while, and so I changed it and completely switched the entire way I lived. Started eating extremely clean and all of that, and kind of fell into I call it the trap of the fitness world and the cult, or
I've been in that cult.
yes. Yes.
I was a Zumba queen, guys. You don't know that, but I was a Zumba queen and I loved it.
They are cults. They're just about there without like the negative stuff. They are.
Mhm.
But yeah, I fell into that, and then once we moved back to Texas, we were able to finally get a house and had some land and all of that. And so the way I marketed it was is still actually to our gyms. A lot of the athletes there as well, they want to eat clean and healthy and get fresh free range eggs.
Mhm.
And so we bring them directly to the gym. We leave them in the gym. A lot of times we would have a jar there, and it was kind of help yourself. Some people would text me, say, hey, I want this many. I'd bring them into the gym. Others, I would bring 3 or 4 dozen in, leave them there next to the jar. And the next day there'd be money and there wouldn't be any eggs.
I love
So it was,
that.
it was a
Yeah.
great way just to get it directly to the consumer too.
Definitely.
That is a great idea. We used to do something similar at roller derby. We would cook things and make sure that we brought them and just handed everybody would like swap and try each other's recipes.
I was really hoping you were going to say, as you were doing the roller derby, you were like throwing
Yeah,
it at each other.
yeah.
That would be a little difficult to pull off, but
That's funny.
I'm sure it's probably happened somewhere.
So Austin, it took you a little bit to accumulate your flock, and I know you and I would be on the phone quite a bit. Can you go over all the breeds? I know some of you had some like mixed breed chickens, but you had some pretty unique breeds as well that you were using as layer hens. Go over some of those.
Yeah, so I kind of fell into it, and like Tyler said, or Farmer Froberg, I was looking around. The wife actually was like, "Hey, let's get a pet chicken," and it kind of sparked it back up because at that point, I mean, I had been in 10 years, and so I've been away from everything for so long. And I was like, well, if we're gonna do it, I'm gonna do the research. And so I was on the phone with Tyler almost every day. I don't know how he didn't start ignoring my calls.
He's such a good guy. He wouldn't.
It was it was a lot of questions and a lot of making sure I was going to do the right thing and didn't miss anything out of the years I've been, I guess you could say, out of the game.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, so some of the breeds, a guy actually said, "Hey, I don't want these 15 anymore. If you come pick them up, you can have them." So I looked at the wife and said, "We're getting in the truck. Let's go." So we went and picked them up, and they are a few mixed breeds. There's a few Australorps in there, and then I had some black conchins. There was some Highlines, which is a mixed breed between a Rhode Island Red and a Rhode Island White.
Oh.
They're very efficient, though. They don't really eat anything, which I found very weird, but they lay pretty well. Then we have some Jubilees. Honestly, one of my favorite birds. Really big. Waiting for them to lay, though. They're at their 6-month mark, so maybe a month or so. Maybe they'll lay layers. And then now in December as well, we have Red Stars and a bunch of Bantams, which are my wife's pets.
Did she dress them up in little outfits? Because I've definitely seen these chicken people who buy outfits
Mm-hmm.
for their chickens.
I told her she's probably going to have to do something for Christmas so she can post them.
Yeah.
And she got excited.
Bantams
when I
have
said
a
it.
pretty good attitude too. Have you noticed that with your bantams?
They are loud and crazy, but always happy. All jumping around, talkative like no other.
Sorry.
Great way to wake up in the morning, though. And at noon or at 2 or 3 in the morning, whatever time you think, they'll get you.
Fun.
So
Mine are pretty
Awesome.
good. They only make a lot of noise in the morning when they're laying their eggs. And my husband didn't want chickens. We had to beg and beg and beg and beg for chickens because he's like, we're in the suburbs, we can't have chickens, yada yada yada. I'm like, no one's gonna tell on us. So we got them. Here I go with my voice. We got them, and he kept saying they're gonna be loud, and I'm like, no, they're not gonna be loud. Chickens aren't loud. I knew that they were going to be, but that my neighbors didn't say anything. So we got them anyway. And every single time they make that noise, his anxiety spikes. I'm like, we've had them for months. No one's going to say anything. We're good. Who doesn't like fresh eggs? Come on.
Exactly.
We love that sound around here. Every time we hear them going, we're like, there we go. There's another fresh
There
egg.
we go.
You
Breakfast.
can go get a warm one right now.
Hey, Austin. So you just jumped right into it, right? Like you just all of a sudden had all these chickens. What is some advice? Oh, sorry. Say whatever you're going to say. Then I have a question.
Yeah. So we got those 15. And then actually Tyler had been talking to a lady. Her name is blanking my mind right now, but he had been talking to her about some Jubilees. And he was like, hey, can you go pick some up? Well, Y'all know how that goes. I ended up with 10. Uh,
Chicken math.
so it happens. So,
So-
within 2 weeks, we were sitting about 25, I think it was, give or take a few.
And then what? So if anyone else who just wants to jump into it, what's a bit of advice that you would give them?
Have a brother
No.
that you can call at any time of the day.
All froggy.
No, honestly, Google. I know Tyler told me that a few times too. Hey, Google, man. You know,
YouTube
Google.
University.
yeah, he'd be like, I gotta go. Google it real quick. Okay. No, but yeah, Google, Facebook. I know I'm one of the crazy chicken people now. I think I'm on like 20 different forums. And
I'm in a million different chicken groups, and I have my own chicken groups. It's called Victory Chickens Revival, because we want people in the suburbs to be allowed to have chickens everywhere. I feel like it's a basic need that everyone can really benefit from right now. I say, like, why can't we put a temporary hold on all the zoning laws and say it's for COVID and let people have chickens? That's my opinion of it. And you know, that would be amazing if that happened, you know.
I got a name for it. We'll call it a chicken free for all.
Yes, chickens free for all. Definitely. But I don't, do you guys know, I think Salty knows this, but I don't think Froggy knows this. I had a campaign where I had a whole bunch of people from all the Facebook chicken groups who sent me pictures of themselves with their chickens, and people sent me the wildest pictures of them in kilts with their chickens and just all kinds of crazy antics. People had chicken costumes, people had chicken pajamas, and they're posing with their chickens. If you guys want to see all those pictures, they're on my website, victorygardensrevival.com. I say we do another round of that. We should get everybody to send us more crazy chicken people pictures.
I love that.
I agree, and there you go. There's another merch idea for you. Doing a people in chickens calendar,
Yes.
or
That-
our farmers calendar.
The
Farmer's
chicken
calendar.
calendar is how it started. Someone posted a picture of their very hot husband with a silky chicken, and everyone
Austin, keep
like,
your shirt on.
It
Keep
was-
your shirt on.
trying.
it was chickens gone wild, guys. Everybody was like, "Ooh, who's this guy?" Da 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 da. Chickens, and I said maybe we should have a chickens hunk calendar.
Yeah.
And the idea was born, and then everybody just started sending me pictures, and the calendar never happened, but all the pictures wound up on the website.
That is
Oh,
so.
so if you want chicken pictures for trade, you talk to Danny.
We
Yes.
just
So-
send me some chicken pictures, and we'll be all right.
that we got to do that. So we should make a chicken one and then a vegetable one.
Well,
Yes.
my problem was I didn't know how to make a calendar. I didn't know, I didn't have that skill or ability, but I was like, it should happen. So send me pictures and I'm
It's-
gonna try at some point. And you know what? It's still some point right now. So if someone could teach me how to make a calendar, maybe.
Well,
So-
if we're going to do a vegetable calendar, and I do believe that Kitchen TikToking is probably listening, she will need to send in her butternut squash picture because it got banned from TikTok. So that will make it into
I
the
saw that.
calendar.
We need to have an ugly fruit calendar or an ugly food calendar. Like
That's hilarious.
That'd be great.
So guys, when I got lucky enough that whenever I was stationed at Joint Base Lewis McChord in Washington, I found a sheep farm. And the old man, he had me working there any chance I could. So every weekend, sometimes nights after I left base. And so I just want to give a shout out real quick to anybody in the North Carolina, Fort Bragg area who has property, has a farm. Austin really, really, really wants to get out somewhere. And so anyone who knows anybody, I know Hawk is in North Carolina, but I don't know his proximity to Fort Bragg. So if anyone knows anybody close to Fort Bragg looking for an extra hand or what have you, Austin.
I'll do the
Austin's
stuff
market.
you don't want to do.
Nice. Somebody put them up.
Definitely.
That's it.
So I just laughed and covered my mouth because someone said someone remembered something I said a long time ago. My chicken had laid an egg for the first time. It was live. It was live on TikTok, and I was through the roof with excitement. And I had called it a butt nugget. Look, there's a little butt nugget, and someone said butt nugget of the year calendar.
Yes. Yes. That is hilarious.
That would be a good one.
I don't know why I called it that day, but I did, and apparently someone remembered it.
We definitely need butt nugget shirts.
There we go.
Oh, that is so funny. Danny's dying over there.
She is. She's having a hard time tonight, y'all.
Oh gosh, I had so many technical difficulties before I came in here. I'm squirrely again, guys. I don't know.
So, Austin, I know when people find out, I know like when I was in the Army, I experienced this a lot. People find out we grew up on a farm, they often have lots of questions and always want to hear stories. So I thought we'd take an opportunity, start a segment whenever family members come on, and we're going to call it the Froggy Chronicles. Austin, would you like to share with everybody any specific memory from our childhood?
Well, being the older one, and then I'd say the taller one. That lasted.
Austin is my older brother, FYI, guys. He's
Yeah.
my older brother.
I know. Thank y'all. I look, 10 years younger than him. I appreciate it.
Very handsome family.
Yeah, he got the height. I got the looks. That's what I like to tell him.
You
No,
know
we-
what's
we like
funny?
to-
Hold your thought, Austin. What's funny is we talked about this, I think, on the first episode. We have no idea how tall each other is. We've never met each other in person.
It's a
We have
secret.
no idea how tall.
Yeah.
Oh,
It's a
well
secret.
then,
I'm
that's
not telling
fair.
you until I meet you.
Yeah. So
Well,
Continue,
now
brother.
we got to know how tall is everybody?
No, I'm 7'3".
She's online right now, so she can be 7'3" online.
That's right.
Exactly.
That's why my head is halfway out of the video where you guys are nice in the scene. I'm halfway through it.
7'1". All right.
7'1".
7'3". You guys already forgot.
7'3". I shrank you already.
All right. So what is one time in your childhood where you absolutely 100% did things way better than Froggy? Like at a race, or you beat him up, or give us a good story. I just want to.
So first off, it's
As
more
the
of
oldest, they
age.
always beat up the younger one.
So Austin and I are only we're only like 18 months apart or something crazy
Yeah.
like that.
Oh,
And
Irish.
so-
Yeah.
So from 0 to about 9, he probably beat me at everything, right? But 9 and up, it was a game changer. Okay, I brought it.
Yep. So I don't have any
Admit
fun
it.
stories from them of me beating him up. After that, I don't have any.
Really?
Oh yeah, no. After about 9 years old, he got bigger. I don't know what happened. I peaked in elementary school, and then after that, it was all.
Me too. Sure.
Was
Looking at people that are 10 years old now, and I'm like, how are you? What did you eat?
it was okra.
No, one of my
It
Okra.
was okra.
okra. Yeah.
It's the new antidepressant. It's the growth hormone. It's all of it. It's just the new superfood. Okra next year. I predict
Okra
Oh, I
everywhere.
found my new diet. Okra, 100%.
it. He's eating it right now.
Breakfast, lunch, and dinner.
They should just pay you in okra because I literally see you eat that all day long.
All
He's
day.
talking about slipping it into his pocket.
Pocket okra.
It's actually funny you say pocket okra. So when I was an instructor, I eat 27 times a day. That's an exaggeration, but I always have food in my pockets.
Pocket food. It's the best.
So I'd be teaching and I'd ask a question, and after I asked the question, I'd pop a piece of food in my mouth while they were answering. So they started calling it, pocket food. Yep. Got
It must,
pocket
be,
food.
it must be a family trait with the pockets because your brother often puts me and Salty in his pocket while we're in our meetings for the podcast, like our private meetings. We go for a field trip. He puts us in the pocket and we go
Yes. And he has the camera out so we can see where
we
he's
can see.
walking
You're on
and
the
what
you're,
he's doing,
you're on the
who
field
he's
trip with me.
talking to.
Yeah.
It's the POV. You're there.
Yeah.
Exactly.
It's like the Magic School Bus. It's if anybody remembers the Magic School Bus, it's like Froggy's Magic Pocket, and we go for a field trip.
Dan, I
And
always
you know
felt
what's
it was more
great?
like that Tim Hansen, like To Catch a Predator setup. That's what it always felt like.
And y'all are lucky enough. I only have 7 shirts, and all 7 shirts have a breast pocket, so it works out.
Only 7 shirts?
I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
I'm gonna have to watch for that rotation. I wonder what he wears every Tuesday. Is this like
I
a
mean-
pattern?
You really should watch for the shirt rotation. Go watch my last 8 videos. You should find the shirt rotation.
Yes.
Oh, you guys, I have to go for a quick second. Can I come right back?
Yeah.
Yes.
Of course.
Okay.
Not out loud.
Okay, 1 second.
All right, story time, Austin.
Yes.
Oh man.
Give me a good story. Nice juicy one.
It's not really, I wouldn't say this one's dirt, but one of my all-time favorites is obviously, like he said, about 8 or 9 years old is when I stopped doing the terrorizing and he started. So it was one of my favorites. We had goats growing up and he listened to everything I said. So I told him to do it and he would just do it. It was great. But then, it came back to bite me. But I tied the goats together and then I tied them to our wagon. I told him to get in the wagon.
Oh boy.
Didn't tie any reins. No way to stop the goats, control the goats, 0%. And then I slapped them and they took off.
Oh no.
And he from what I'm told, I mean, we were young, but I remember just standing there laughing. He wasn't laughing. But they're pulling him around. And from what I remember, it probably went on 15 or 20 minutes until our parents came out and they were like, what is going on? And there was no way to stop them. We just had to let them go.
That is so
Finally,
funny.
they went into the woods and the wagon wouldn't make it into their pen.
Oh
So
my
it
you've
goodness.
ever
never
tried-
stopped them. But
Could you
If you've
imagine like if the goats got onto the road or something and how far they would go with him in there? We
Well,
were
and
oddly enough, I say
especially-
luckily there was about a 10-foot ditch that they had to go through to get onto the road. So if they made that, it would have been very interesting also.
yeah.
Well, and if you've never tried to catch an untamed goat, you can't. If you chase it, it's just going to keep running.
Yeah. So I have a similar story about something we used to do when we were kids. Guys, like viewer discretion is advised. Not really. But like don't do this at home, okay? When we were kids, me and my friends would go to like Price Chopper and we would get a cart, a shopping cart. That's a
We don't. Okay, I was like, we don't know what
That's
that
a
is.
grocery store. So
Price chopper? I don't know what that is.
yeah, Price Chopper. So we would go to Price Chopper and we would go to the back and we would get a cart and we would put somebody in the cart and then there was this big hill and we would send them flying down the middle of the street. I don't know how none of us died. I'm lucky to be here, I guess, right now because that is what we did for fun as kids. We would just get in the shopping cart and push each other down the road, the center of the road.
You know what's
That's fun.
crazy? If you think about these kind of stories, there's a full franchise of movies of adults that made the stuff we were doing.
Really?
Another word for donkey.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. I knew
Oh,
you were-
Jack A. Jack A. Yeah. I feel like there would be some Jack A things going on our documentary or
Oh yeah.
whatever show we wind up making in the future because I think we're fun people. I think we want to do weird stuff like Fear Factor and Jay.
I would just like to let the record show that years later, after the goat incident, see, I harbor feelings. I don't express them. I harbor them.
Oh, are we gonna cry? All right, let's.
No, you will not be crying.
Oh,
Oh no, you
So-
won't be crying. He got me back. He got me back
One of
plenty of
our
times.
one of our things that we ate quite a bit as children was squirrel. And Austin and I, that was one of our favorite things, to go
You're-
out and hunt squirrel with our pellet guns. So just some woods behind the house, whatever. And you know, it was a long time ago, so I don't recall the specifics. I just know that those harbored feelings were expressed very suddenly with a pellet to the back of the head. And we ended up in the emergency room.
You shot your brother in the head? Oh my goodness.
Luckily, he wasn't old enough to have a 22. That's all I got to say.
Yeah.
All right.
We
How did your parents react? Did they like segregate you from the rest of the
Well,
household?
it was
Well-
really funny. Our dad had a friend over at the house, right? Old cowboy guy. I could still picture him, right? And me and Austin come running up, and Austin's holding his head, and there's
No,
blood
we
everywhere.
walked up.
We walked up. Sorry.
I mean, I was bawling tears. I was pouring tears.
Yeah.
But I had my hand on my head and blood's running down, and he's got the gun over his shoulder. And we're just walking.
We just walked up, and that man looked at my dad, looked at us, looked at my dad again, and said, "I think it's time for me to go. Have a good one, Paul." And he left.
I would say that's a good time to leave.
Oh,
So-
yeah.
We went to the emergency room's like what, 45 minutes, Austin? It's
Yeah,
quite a
probably
bit of
about that.
drive. And so we go to the emergency room, and poor Austin, they had to cut the staple or the pellet out and then
Oh
put
my
a
goodness.
staple in his head. Meanwhile, our parents have taken me to the police officer on duty at the emergency room to give me a lesson on weapon safety.
I remember walking out of there after they put the staples in my head and everything. And I'm looking for Tyler, and I look over, and I was in there probably an hour and a half, 2 hours while they were getting it out and doing whatever they had to do. And he is still standing there. And I remember asking my dad, I said, when did he start talking, or why is he talking to him? And he said he's teaching him how to use gun safety. I said, how long has he been talking to him? He goes, since you went in.
Oh man.
You were on some kind of list at that point there, Froggy.
Yep.
I'm surprised I was able to join the army. Am I right?
Oh, yeah.
You got in.
Oh man, that's funny.
Oh
That's
boy.
funny.
They got me back. He got me back pretty well. We moved into a 2-story house one time, and as I said, I was a smaller one, and he told me that if I jumped off the ledge onto the trampoline with the sheet tied around my wrist and my ankles, it would work. Needless to say, I missed the trampoline and it didn't work. So
Double
Ow.
whammy.
Ouch.
That's funny.
Wait, so both of those stories, you were the one that was hurt. So how do
Yeah,
we?
it was after 9. It was
it's after 9 years old.
So,
I hope
Yeah.
you got back at some point. Jesse on Facebook says, I shot my brother in the ear with a BB gun when I was like 9. So I guess you're you're definitely not alone.
I
Oh,
feel the
man.
pain. I feel the pain of a brother. Did she
So
get a gun
Austin-
safety class? That's the important
Gun
thing to ask. We need to know this, because if not, she's gonna do it again.
so
I don't know. Jesse, did you have to go to a gun safety class after that, or did your parents just go, it's just a hole. It's just a nick.
Kids will be
We'll
kids.
stick a band-aid on it. Well, we'll wait for her to get
but
back.
do any of our listeners have any questions for Austin?
Yeah, do you guys
Any
have questions?
I have a quick question. Austin, with your wife still being at Fort Hood, what's it looking like as far as you guys getting stationed together again?
So she'll actually be out. Well, she's making the decision right now, whether she's gonna be out next year. She's pretty dead set on it. So as of right now, more than likely we have our 2 options, and you were in, if I'm correct, right?
Yep. I was at Fort Hood myself.
Okay, so you know how it is.
Oh yeah.
You may not know until 3 days prior. So at this moment, what our current plan is she'll get out and stay at Hood to continue things. And then after my time here at Bragg, when we're about 6 months out is when we'll really start to assess whether we're going to try to move operation here and continue here and kind of expand. Excuse me. Or if I'm going to try to get back there and keep it going there.
Gotcha.
Someone said, do you work at a family farm, Austin? I think this person came in a little late. No, he doesn't. He doesn't work at a farm.
So
He wants to
let
in
me,
North Carolina.
so anyone just coming in will reiterate. This is my brother, Austin Froberg. He's an active duty soldier currently at Fort Bragg, North Carolina. And he's got a pretty decent sized little egg business going.
Mhm. What's the name
Pretty
of your
awesome.
egg business?
You said something, but what was it?
What's the name of your egg business?
So we have Froberg's Finest Poultry is what we have right now. We tried to keep the name in there, but
Yeah. Well, that's recognizable through everybody on TikTok. So
Yes.
good name.
so
Froberg,
my
thank you
actual
for following
name
me.
for the handle is just Austin Froberg on everything so far.
Okay.
Facebook, Instagram.
However, I have
TikTok,
told him
Yep, here
20
he goes.
times. So,
Told
guys,
you,
if
he's
anybody
still
has
bigger
any
than me. He's
ideas,
still bullying me. Y'all see this?
if anybody has any ideas for a new handle for my brother here, my goal, my vote was Froberg Fit. I really like Froberg Fit
That's a good one.
because he does like working out videos and stuff. Fit Froberg, right? So if anyone wants to vote, drop it in the comments. Let us know.
What do you guys think his Froburgers? Someone said Froburgers.
Froberger.
If we ever open a hamburger business, that's what we're naming.
There you
We'll call
go.
dibs on that.
And so it's so funny. What we've talked about before is opening up a gym with or a farm with a gym on it. And so Austin could run the CrossFit gym and I would farm it around it. And we would have like a smoothie bar in there with all fresh vegetables and do meal prep with all the food we grow and for the people who are
That would
members
be
of the gym.
awesome.
I don't have my notebook here, but in my free time, because you guys know how creative I am, I draw farms, like my future farm. And in one of my future farms, I have all of these little like pod houses everywhere. But the pod houses, like there's a gym, there's a library, there's all these different places. So yeah, I was gonna have a gym on my farm too, and like a library with like a cafe in it and all kinds of things. I think that that would be amazing. That
That's
would be
awesome.
It is.
have like a farm gym. That'd be great. I also want a gigantic barn in the center of my property that has a stage off of the back of it for when we want to have like concerts or something. Like at
Mhm.
that time, I didn't know a musician, but Froggy plays a mean guitar. So it's all looking like it's going to happen at some point now. Some concerts.
We
That
gotta
are
find you that.
yodeling
Yeah.
So
control. I was
Austin, what, Danny? What?
I was gonna say no one. I don't think anyone who was here was there for your yodeling in the car bit, but I will forever remember that because I was thinking like, I wonder what kind. He started talking about his CDs, and I'm like, I wonder what kind of music he actually does listen to. And then he brings this. Who was it? Who was it?
Kristen. Everybody got to go follow her on Instagram and tell them we sent you.
Yeah.
Kristen Harris. She's a Western swing singer.
Yeah, and I never knew there was a such thing as Western swing. So when he put it in, I was just so floored by the music because I had never heard that kind of music before. Because I actually listen to swing music, like old swing music
The
or
swing, yeah.
electronic swing music. So I'm like Western swing, and then he put it in, and it was just I didn't expect it at all, and he knew all the words and everything. I was just like, wow. I was expecting something different, and it was just it was a delight.
So I actually have a really funny story about when I got to meet Kristen Harris, and it is agriculture related. And so
Perfect.
in Bishop, California, every year for the last 50 years, there's been Bishop Mule Days, which is the largest gathering of mule and donkey enthusiasts in the world.
Really?
And I don't think I don't think it's ever came up because I'm so busy out on the farm now. But prior to me farming here, I rode a mule. That was like one of my hobbies. Is my great uncle and I had these mules that we trained, and I rode this mule around.
Cool.
And so, as a present, my wife bought us tickets to Bishop Mule Days, and only time been to California. We flew to Bishop, California, and we went to Bishop, and Kristen Harris was the headliner for Bishop Mule Days.
That's
Awesome.
awesome.
But interesting is she's from LaPorte, which is like 30 minutes that way.
That's so cool.
And she tried out for American Idol. And
Really?
yeah, and Luke Bryan told her, beautiful voice, right?
Yeah, she definitely
Love this.
has a beautiful voice.
If there was a Western swing singing competition, you would win it. But this show just isn't for you.
Oh, that's too bad.
Yeah. But look her up, Kristen Harris. She's awesome.
Cool.
Yeah, I'm definitely
So-
gonna look her up because I didn't know that kind of music existed. And like I've told you before, I listen to all kinds of music. So
You got to look up Bishop Mule Days too, because the best part about it is it's a full-on rodeo, and they do every single rodeo event and then some, but on mules and donkeys.
that's so funny. I didn't know.
Well, have you guys seen that YouTube channel called Bronx and Donks?
No,
Oh, you guys gotta check that out.
I bet I'm going
They're
to,
actually
though.
on-
Yeah.
What's that?
Yeah.
I said I bet I'm going to though.
Yes, check that out because that is awesome. They have a great YouTube channel, and I think they just got onto TikTok not too long ago as well. But
Awesome.
their awesome stuff is on YouTube. I mean, they're taking these mules and these donkeys through these canyons and up the mountains, running this cattle. And the things that these animals can do, it's just crazy, just off the cliffs and the jumps and everything that they do.
Amazing.
It's pretty cool. Yes.
So, guys, I'm going to post on my Instagram story tonight me riding one of these mules, so everybody can see. If you've never seen a mule being ridden, it's really cool. They use a britchin to ride them, which is a strap that goes around their hindquarters. It's a lot of fun.
I have a
Awesome.
request. I have a request
Yeah.
too. Post a picture of you guys as kids together. Since we heard all about your childhood today,
Okay.
I would love to see you guys as brothers so we can imagine you shooting him in the back of the head and how adorable you guys probably were at that age.
You know what we should post, Austin? The overall picture with Summer in it. The fishing overall picture with Summer in it.
That's a
You
good
have
one,
it?
'cause I don't have that haircut, that bowl cut that for some reason I thought was popular.
It was
That's good.
popular. It was popular at some point. I know in like 98 that bowl cut was popular. I don't know.
I rocked it.
My husband
tell you
bought
that.
that haircut too.
That's hilarious. So, Austin, one thing that we ask every guest so far is what TikTok account or accounts or creators are you stuck on right now?
As far as like what I really watch.
Yeah. Like,
A
who's
lot
your
of-
favorite creator right now? Oh, thanks, brother. You're too kind.
It's the Midnight Farmers Podcast TikTok page. That's what it is.
That's @MIDNI.
Yes, that's everyone's new favorite page because we need to get that to 1,000 right now.
We do.
Mhm.
Can't go live on there. Right now I'm live on TikTok through my Victory Gardens page, but if we can go on the Midnight Farmers Podcast page and go live, that would be amazing. Because they
Well,
are
and
watching, TikTok is also watching this.
And exciting news, I'm going to have a webcam for my computer next week. So then I can actually do mine on the live as well. So that'll
Awesome.
be a plus.
Then we have to find other reasons to put chickens and poop emojis
I know.
all over his page. I'm sure
Yeah.
you're gonna do something at some point, and then we will have to. Are we bullies, guys? Like, are we just having? I think it's like we gave each other permission to be
That's
like
right.
that,
It's-
and we're
It's
okay
tough
with
love.
it.
Pretty much.
Tough love.
Yeah.
Tough love.
So, Austin, accounts. What you got, brother?
I wish I could honestly tell you. I
Oh,
watch
no.
all three of you quite a bit.
Thank
Oh,
I honestly do. I watch all three of you quite a bit. I think I go to my following page. It's always where I start off,
Mhm.
and I'll go through there for probably 20 videos. And I don't know that I've scrolled past any of y'all's and not liked it.
oh.
Thank you.
Thank
I
you.
think there's maybe one or two. Don't
I'm
yeah.
gonna go check to see real
I was
quick.
gonna say, hey, don't
Have
quote
you
me on
guys
that.
have you guys seen Froggy's video of being one with the earth? Have you seen this thing where he does this like crazy farm yoga and like
Okay,
peers into the dirt?
so
So when
apparently,
I'm gonna
this-
take over for a second, Tyler, because when he told me that last night that he was doing it, so a lot of my algorithm, as Tyler says, is a lot different than his.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, and mine's real different.
Yeah.
Paul tags me and stuff. I'm like, dude, what are you watching?
Yeah. We're all differently minded for sure.
Very.
You know,
And he
I
told me
honestly
he was
sent y'all
doing that.
something and I deleted it because I'm like, oh yeah, this is over the top. This is beyond what I should be sending.
Saucy, I think you and I are very weird. Like I
Yeah.
think we're in that same realm of weird conspiracies and all that kind of stuff. Like I you can tag me and stuff. I'm good. We're solid. We're solid. Yeah.
I don't know. I find stuff that's food that shouldn't be food. I don't know. Or vice versa. I don't know how that works.
But Tyler and our brother-in-law actually have a text chat. And
We
all we
seen
do in
it.
that chat is really just send videos back and forth. And I can't tell you how many times they've both told me, hey man, you got to stop sending this stuff you're sending. It's messing my side up, man.
Messing up my algorithm.
Algorithm.
I'm
Oh,
seeing
that's
things
fun.
I've never seen before.
So, okay. So what I discovered this morning was that apparently this whole like positions trend has not made it to anyone else's For You page.
Really?
I've
Because
never
I've
seen
seen-
it.
I've seen a ton of these videos where people are doing this positions thing, and then
You're the
everybody's like,
first male I've seen do it. Yes.
"Well,
that's
it was supposed
accurate.
to be funny," and I was like, "Why?" Everyone's like, "I don't get it," and I was like, "Well, I don't either." But I thought that was the point of. Wait, no one realizes this is a trend. Oh no! What did I do?
You didn't hashtag it right either. You put farmer positions instead of just position.
Well,
It didn't go
it's
into
almost.
the algorithm in the right way. It didn't go into that positions thing. But I knew what you were doing. I
Yeah.
knew. I understood
go.
it.
There we
I've
go.
never seen that trend.
I
before.
also stitched it on our
I
Mini
saw that.
podcast.
I saw
page,
that. Yep.
And now I dare you guys. I dare all of you guys to do what he did.
The
And
farmer position.
please don't break your hips in the process.
I don't have
So-
a camera crew though.
Well, yeah, I was lucky
Yeah.
in that case.
You got to get a
Paul-
selfie stick. Do it that way.
Yeah.
Imagine this, because this is what I'm thinking. Okay, so it's him and what was the other Paul? The other Paul.
other Paul.
Is the
Mhm.
farmhand. So imagine being that third camera guy recording those two, recording that video. That is what I would love to be, that
No,
third cameraman, and be like, what are you guys doing?
so let me set the scene for the conversation for y'all. So Paul and I had just planted, oh gosh, probably 8,000 feet of cabbage. And we looked up at each other and I was like, hey man, I gotta ask for a favor, but it's kind of weird. And he was like, okay. And y'all know Paul, he's real quiet. He was like, okay, what's up, man? And I was like, There's this weird trend where these girls like flip on a bed, and I want to do it, but I need you to film me. I need you to do it for me.
Please, very
I'll just-
quiet, meek and mild man, record me in this weird position.
And you know he's
But
thinking,
this was Paul's.
I'm getting paid to do this right now.
This was Paul's response. I got you, man.
Got your back, man. Yes, Paul.
And
we
like
love that.
halfway, and Paul's wife may be listening right now because sometimes she hops on our stuff. Halfway through filming it, we went over to where our cabbage and romaine is, like the bigger stuff, and he was like, "Oh, dude, that one looks like take 2 steps back. Oh yeah, that one looks really, really good."
Paul's gonna be part of
So-
the film crew.
Paul, guys, at Indie Harvesters, INDIE Harvesters. He's our top farmhand. Check him out on
There's
TikTok.
an S on
y'all.
the end. There's an S
Yes,
on the end of that.
Harvesters.
Harvest-
Where did he get his
Yeah.
TikTok name from?
Yeah.
So, him and his wife both like indie music a lot,
Gotcha.
and so yeah, Indie Harvesters.
yeah.
Gotcha. Because usually the only indie I know is Indianapolis because of where I live.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah.
All right.
Nope, guess
Well, was there any questions that came through for Austin?
not. Y'all make me feel like I need to get out more.
As we're all,
All right.
sitting
We
indoors, too.
probably need to get out
Yeah.
more.
I think we need to get out more. I think, yeah. Let's see. Once you start farming big time, your farm is a gym. You don't need it
Oh,
because once your farm is huge,
yeah.
it go big or go
I can attest to that because I don't work out.
Me too.
Um,
I don't have a tractor.
Well, yeah, there is that. Yeah.
doesn't have a
That's
tractor,
funny.
guys. Did you guys see my Facebook picture? My
I
tractor.
did.
Yes,
Yep.
My
that
dream
was good.
my dream tractor is a John Deere, green John Deere. And
Yo, if we're talking about driving stuff and sharing stories, Austin drove a truck through our house one time, so that was cool.
He just called you out, Austin.
your parents must love you guys so much.
So I don't remember how old we are, but we had this old farm truck that was a stick shift, and our dad was teaching him how to drive it. And right onto the front porch. Boop.
Oh boy.
I was gonna go with the one, since we're talking about tractors. I drove the tractor to the barn.
Well, that happened too. Our uncle left the keys in the tractor, and Austin got up on it, started that sucker, whoop, right into the barn.
I knew how to start it and put it in gear because my uncle and our dad would let us do it, but I didn't know how to stop it, and I wasn't tall enough to reach the pedals.
Oh boy.
So I was able to get it moving. The barn stopped me though, so it wasn't that bad.
You guys are lucky to be alive.
I was gonna say
That-
Austin was the oldest out of not just us, but like our cousins too on the
Yeah.
farm.
Yeah.
And so, like every rule that got put in place, thanks to that kid right there.
He was the crash test dummy in every situation.
Crash.
Actually,
So literally,
that
I'm
was
sorry,
my nickname.
I gotta say it. So in high school, and I ended up driving it too, but Austin drove this old beat up Jeep Comanche truck. It was the Jeep truck. And it had little yellow dings all over it. And our great uncle called him Crash.
Our high school had all the yellow painted poles around the parking lot. Yeah, I hit them things a lot.
Yeah. You got a new paint job every time you went to school.
Yeah.
Didn't get a new paint job. Tyler had to drive that truck with no mirrors, yellow dings all over it.
So
Hand me down.
someone said your TikTok handle should be Frobe Eggers. Frobe Eggers.
Oh, that's
Okay.
creative.
That's
we'll put
good.
that. Yeah, that's a good
like
good
that.
suggestion.
Yeah.
We'll put that one on the list.
I like that.
Let's see if there's any more here. Goat yoga. Goat yoga is a thing, guys. Goat yoga is
is.
a real
It is.
thing
It's a thing.
already.
Yep.
People,
Yeah,
I'm just
Talking
terrified
about
of being
that.
pooped on. You ever think of that?
Well,
Yeah.
so I've brought that
Poop.
up a lot of like
That's a
goat
concern.
poop, right?
I mean, it's not that
Goat
it
poop,
bothers me. It's-
not an issue. There's
No.
plenty of fiber in goat poop. You'd be fine.
But Salty, we all know how much you love your poop. I mean, it's
You
in
know,
every
it's not dog poop. It's not cow poop. You're not going to slip like you would in cow poop. So you'd be fine with goat poop. It's like a rabbit turd.
I just don't want to be pooped on, period.
yeah, that was it.
Trust
I just-
Salty. He's the expert on poop.
I know my
Expert.
poop.
If I'm trying to do yoga, I don't want to incorporate poop with my.
So
You just tell
When
people
Paul-
that it's like a mud mask.
when
Don't worry, guys, it's okay.
when
We're
Paul
gonna
was
market that. We're gonna make goat yoga, and then everybody gets to go home with their free
Mud mask.
That's so- when Paul was filming my video yesterday, that's one thing I never expected people to say. Like, I gotta have like 100 comments of people just saying, "How are you flexing like that? Like, how are you bending?" Like, and I did not expect people to bring
Yeah.
that up. I thought everyone was gonna get the trend.
Yeah.
But here they just thought you were showing off, you know?
They thought I was doing yoga in the field.
Yeah, I'm trying to save your butt by making it a trend. So
Hey,
guys,
It's almost at 10,000 plays. So
if you guys are
Is it really?
flexible,
Wow.
yeah, it is.
just do the one with the earth farm yoga.
Yeah, exactly.
Make him feel better about the position he was in.
Oh,
Danny, you should do one with your chicken, with some of your chickens, and make it try to like
Yeah.
transition. But each time you do it, switch to a different breed.
Different chicken. Yes.
Ooh, he's got creative ideas. You guys
creative
are
ideas.
Yeah. I love creative people. That's a great idea for a video. It honestly is. It really is.
I'd say, Salty, you could do one, but I don't know how you're gonna lift one of your cows.
No, that would be pretty tough.
It'd be
Pretty tough.
it'd be an awesome video if you did though.
If I could figure out how to get them to cooperate, half the time it's hard enough just getting them to stay still for enough.
But you know what? If you did that, the internet would go nuts because literally every time somebody flips a chicken over on the internet, there are 15,000 people that go, "You can't flip chickens over. They can't breathe." Every single time. It is a big no-no on the internet. Every time you flip a chicken over, that's it. Your
Really?
chicken's suffering, it's dying, it can't breathe. How could you do that to your chicken? Yeah. I guess
But
when
we
you
show
flip
we
a
show chickens
chicken
like that.
over, it
Yeah. That's
It
how I
really-
pick them up when I need to move them.
I guess when you flip a chicken over onto its back, it restricts something in its lungs, so it can't breathe as well.
Huh.
The internet goes nuts. I've had several months of Victory Chickens Revival where I see people join the groups. They post their adorable picture of their chicken, like in their arms, like cradling on their backs. And people are like, "You're abusing your chicken." So I guess there's
Wow.
a solid scientific reason. It has something to do with the lungs that chickens can't really breathe when they're on their back as well.
I'm looking this up. I'm researching
Interesting.
this.
Yeah.
I'll get back with you on that
Yeah.
one.
Oh,
Well,
okay.
my mind went
They'll
a
be
little
in the
bit.
Check
Salty
your
Weirdo
salty.
TikTok tomorrow.
It went in a little different direction, and now I'm just thinking every time I've lifted them upside down, they're always calm. So are they just like
Exactly.
Passing
Me
out.
calmly
too.
suffocating?
Yes.
Yeah.
They're passing out a little bit. Yeah.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
Hmm.
I don't know. That's just something that I've seen a million times. People think like, oh, it's like this cute, adorable picture, and they post it, and then they are attacked.
Have you guys seen how to make your chickens like go to sleep? Have you seen those videos or have you seen that technique?
Where you rock them?
Yes.
I think I saw Noah from Shiloh. Is
Noah's
he the one that
done
did
it.
rocking the chicken picture? or
Yeah,
the
and then there's Finney Farm, another Canadian. I'm on Canadians lately, but yeah, she had done that one as well, which was pretty awesome.
You know, one random chicken, since we're on chickens, you know, and maybe I need to do a video on it. One video that I have not seen yet is on caponizing chickens.
Oh yeah.
What's that?
It's in,
Uh,
so it's with you castrate them. Yeah, it's
Oh.
removing the reproductive organs of a rooster. And this was a process they had done all the way up until like the late 90s. It was pretty common. They like showed capons, hatcheries would do them. It's interesting. All the way, Paul, you haven't seen anything on caponization in a long time, huh?
I have not at all. I've had people make comments on it on my videos
About
but that's about
caponization,
it.
yeah. Yeah, you don't see it a lot.
My group moderator, Jessica, says that Google says, for example, a bird's lungs are right next to the spine and upper rib cage. So it has a hard time for the bird being upside down to breathe, since the weight of all the organs is being pressed against the lungs and some of his air sacs. The chicken's lungs can't expand and like ours do either. So yeah, those are our
That's
chicken
interesting.
facts of the day.
There we go.
Cool.
Oh, Salty. Remember I talked to you about this shirt? Oh,
Yes.
Disappeared.
really? There it is.
I love it.
I can't. Why is this? There we go. It says don't be a salty heifer. Don't be.
That's hilarious.
And guys, I bought this before I became friends with Salty. So it was kind of like I bought the shirt and then I met a
In
salty guy with
preparation.
a bunch of cows.
That is
That's
awesome.
hilarious.
I swear I'm like manifesting people because I love Mr. Rogers too. And then I met Mrs. Rogers Hood on Facebook or on TikTok. And
There
I
you
swear I'm
go.
these people up in my head at this point.
That is awesome.
So
I'm
Austin,
kidding. That was a joke, guys. I don't really believe that.
any last minute, like you want to give any like last minute parting words, anything you really wanted to say, and then make sure to tell everybody your social media handles.
And business. Yeah.
So
business,
social media
whatever.
handles until I actually listen to Tyler and change it. It's still just Austin_Froberg and Austin Froberg. I'm nothing fancy. I keep it simple, right? For now, at least, I guess, until he yells at me enough and I listen to him because he beats me up. But we'll cross that bridge when we get there. As far as that, I appreciate y'all having me on. Danny, thank you. Surprise, I think.
Yeah.
He told you it wasn't anything special.
He wanted to make me sweat it out. The 20 questions thing. I'm like, have I commented on your stuff? No. My mind immediately like, what the heck? What are you setting me up for here?
I don't know if you follow
So much
me
fun.
either, but we won't talk about that. It's fine. Some of them I had to let go. I couldn't say yes or no to it because I wasn't sure exactly how to answer it. But I like the idea. Tyler, I will give you the password to this and y'all can just use it every time you want.
Thanks, man. Thank you.
Austin, is that
was-
Ohio on your shirt there?
It is.
Awesome. All right. Shout out to Moon Farm Organics there then.
That's right.
Wait.
So,
Oh, I missed that. I was reading a Facebook comment. What happened?
Austin has Ohio on the side of the shirt right there.
Oh,
So for
Farm
Alex
Organics.
from Moon Farm, and then Aaron Hale, he's from Ohio as well.
Oh, look at
There
all
we
the
go.
good people coming from Ohio.
Yep. And they're my neighbors, so
Austin, what about you have an Instagram for your chicken page as well, don't you? Isn't it a separate Instagram?
I do. It's Froberg's Finest Poultry. I was pretty active
Froberg's
on it when
Finest
I was there. So the wife's back there. We're trying to get back active. She's still working full time and trying to take care of it. So she enjoys it, but not near as much as I do. I go out and talk to them and have full conversations.
Me too. Me too. And I record
So-
it and I post it on TikTok sometimes, and people like my chicken banter.
Mhm.
That's hilarious.
I think chickens can be like a soap opera. I don't know if you saw the
Yeah.
first podcast. I think we talked about that, where you can kind of dub over the chickens and make it a whole soap opera.
So, Austin, you're an active duty soldier. You're a full-time RVer. You're an agriculturalist, an agripreneur, if you will. you are also looking for a farm in the Fort Bragg area. So anyone listening,
Yeah, that's
please,
a big thing I definitely would like to do.
yeah. If anyone listening is in the North Carolina, Fort Bragg area and needs an extra hand on the farm, Austin be happy to help you.
Mhm.
So, anybody got any last questions for Austin before we let him go?
So you would park your RV on their property and then work for them?
If,
Is
to be
that the
honest, if they would let me, I would gladly park it there and be there whenever they need it. If they
Yeah.
just would like some help, I'll drive out there. It doesn't matter. But to clarify, if they need trailers pulled or moved or anything, or trucks driven, I'm a lot better driver now. Okay, things have changed.
Lots of practice.
Yeah.
Lots of practice.
So Austin
Perfect.
does a lot of hot shot driving in his spare time. He's got a nice big F-350
Nice.
that he does that. So anybody in the Fort Bragg area, check it out.
Try to stay busy.
Yes.
Well, brother,
Awesome.
I love
Everybody
you.
help each
Thanks
other
for
out.
coming on, man.
Love
All
you
right.
too. Thank y'all. I appreciate y'all, and I'm gonna go on and now watch the rest of it from his live.
Okay.
Awesome.
It
Great
was so
meeting
good
you,
to meet
Austin.
you. And it was such a surprise. I had no idea who you were going to be. And I was pleasantly surprised because we got to hear some stories about how he's such a bully.
He is. He is. It still hasn't really changed though.
I smile when I do it, though.
I do
There
too.
you go.
That's the trick, guys. You got to smile
That's
while you're
the
doing it.
trick.
All right. See you.
All right, thanks, brother.
I am trying to
Bye.
figure out. All right.
Thank y'all. We will see y'all later.
All right. Bye-bye.
Well, that was the other Froggy.
Wow. That was such a treat.
That
And there's
went for a
only
while.
2 of you and 1 sister, right?
One sister. Yeah.
Oh my
Poor
goodness.
Summer.
Salty, do you have
Yeah.
siblings?
I have 1 brother. He's younger than me. And shorter.
I have an older sister who's 9 years older than me. I have a brother who's 5 years older than me. And then I have another brother who is the same age as my daughter. And then
Really?
yeah, who's 15. And then I have another brother who is, I believe he's 20 now.
Wow.
And
wow.
yeah, my father started all over again towards the end
Wow.
with more kids. So
Hey,
younger.
there you go. Hey, you know what I was thinking about today?
What?
We should figure out when National Spouse Day is, and we should bring all of our spouses on.
I don't think we have to wait for a certain day to do
Well,
that.
no, we
Yeah.
don't. But I know that we got a bunch planned. But I was just thinking about that the other day. Like, how cool would it be to bring our spouses on to interview our spouses?
How cool
That
would
would
it
be-
be to bring our spouses on the cooking show when we all do the cooking show together?
Yes.
That would
Yes.
be fun.
That would be
Yeah.
fun, right? Get everybody to meet each other and hang out and cook a meal together. That would be so cool.
I agree.
Definitely.
But yeah, a Q&A with our spouses. I met my husband when we were 14. I actually
Wow.
I told that story on my TikTok page about how
Mhm.
we met. We met in detention.
Oh yes, I remember that. one.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yep.
That's
And
good stuff.
yeah, that was 22 years ago. I feel old saying that. I feel very old.
No.
Yeah, I met my wife 20 years ago as well. So
Wow.
Yeah.
Relationship goals, guys.
Yeah.
So next week we got Noah.
Yes.
yes.
I'm so excited to meet him.
And so I might be broadcasting from a very special place. We'll have to see. My wife and I
Another
are
surprise.
Yeah, my wife
Trip.
and I are undecided about if we're going to, but if we do, I'll be broadcasting from a very cool spot.
Cool.
Awesome.
I will
Yep.
still be in my closet, guys. I will not let you down. I am still here. In the
Oh,
closet.
that's funny.
And I'll be in my chair, but I will have a webcam at that point.
Yay.
So, Thanksgiving plans. What's everybody, doing? Or at least anybody stopping on Thursday? Just taking a breath.
We are having our first Thanksgiving at home We every single year we go to my father-in-law's house, or we go to his sister's house, our aunt. And this is the first year that we're like, you know what, we're gonna have a nice home cooked home meal Thanksgiving, and probably video chat with everybody in the multiple, houses, if we can figure that out. And yeah, I'm really looking forward to it. We're
Awesome.
really we're gonna start Googling a bunch of recipes and stuff. And my husband, he loves to cook. He loves to cook way more than I do. I'm not like I'm like EOD's wife, and I'm a taco person. I just eat things in wraps and stuff. I'm like, I'm a forager. This is what I say. I'm a kitchen forager. I I like raw foods. So I just grab a handful of this and a handful of that as I eat. I eat like, not like a bird, because I'm obviously not stick thin like some people are when they say you eat like a bird, but I eat very I don't know, like handfuls of stuff. But he's the one that gets in the kitchen. He likes to make a big full meal. He likes to make a whole big thing out of it. And he's really looking forward to it. So what are
I
your
always love Thanksgiving. It's my favorite time. We usually split dishes, so I end up getting to do the turkey, and I like homemade cranberry sauce. So we do it a couple different ways. So I'm looking forward to that.
I like a
Well,
can. I like
you like the can?
the sound it makes.
Oh, it's just not the same. So I have a pear and ginger cranberry sauce that we do, and then I also have an orange and cranberry. So the orange and cranberry, it has has a little bit of triple sec in it.
Oh,
It's so good.
oh,
So, and then my wife, she does all the desserts and all, like she does her pumpkin pies and she does that sort of stuff. And then she likes Brussels sprouts, so she's doing her Brussels sprouts. And I personally like green beans, so I'm going to be doing a green bean side. So, but we do ours at home. My parents always come over. It's been something we've done Thanksgiving at our home for a long, long time ourselves. So,
nice.
That's
Nice.
awesome.
I know
That's
you made a
great.
video quite a while ago. People might not remember this, but you said that your wife likes to make dessert every meal. She makes
pretty
dessert.
much.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like
Talk about relationship goals. Salty's a little spoiled over there.
That's
I
right.
am spoiled. So last night she made a pound cake. So we've been snacking on that pound cake, and she had another one the night before that was dump cake, and then she did cinnamon rolls and cinnamon roll cake the night before that. So
How are you not 500 pounds?
well, I had my physical tonight, and I'm definitely a lot heavier than I've been for a while. So it's all the workout around the farm.
Yeah,
That's it.
it's muscle. You're just building tons of muscle. Don't worry about it. Muscle weighs more than fat.
That's what I keep saying too.
Hmm. What are your plans, Froggy?
So we don't know. My wife's family. So my wife's dad just had surgery, and her grandma, but they both had surgery yesterday, and that's usually who we're with on Thanksgiving.
Mm-hmm.
So we don't know. I think we're just gonna kind of play it by ear and, do our thing.
Yeah. Huh? Well, good luck. And
That's it.
I'll say a prayer for them since they both had.
Thank
Yeah.
you. I can tell you what, I have some Rockstar romaine coming up at the farm right now, like
I
Rockstar
saw.
romaine. And
I
so I do foresee a Rockstar salad with maybe some honeycomb or something on it for
Ooh,
Thanksgiving.
nice. That sounds
Be
good.
pretty good.
That sounds good. So I do my stuffing. It's not exactly how my great grandmother used to make it, but I like stuffing is a big thing at our house.
Mhm.
I take sausage and I put that in there. I put cranberries in it. I put celery and apples. And that's everybody gets excited for the stuffing every year. So I
Mhm.
cannot wait because we only make it once a year just so
That's
that,
awesome.
Yes.
it's really good.
I can tell you, the beginning of the week, so we seed all of our tomatoes January 1st. And so I got all my tomato seeds in on Monday. and I am just like tickled pink. I am pumped up about tomato season this year. So if you're listening and you're curious, we do here on the farm, we do a tomato tasting event. So I usually I'll have one really good slicer and that I just have a ton of, and then two really good cherries that I have a ton of. And then I have 15 to 17 different varieties that I just grow like 50 to 100 feet of each.
Nice.
Wow.
And then we do a tomato tasting. And so but picking the slicer every year, our big commercial slicer that'll be sold at our market as the slicing tomato is, it's very just, there's a lot of research that goes into it. So this year I will be growing the 2019 San Antonio Rodeo Champion Tomato, the Red Snapper Tomato. So the 2019 San Antonio Rodeo competition, tomato competition, there's a lot of research that goes into it. So they look at the way the plant sets fruit during different temperatures, its hardiness, its yields, pest resistant, flavor, slicing ability, ripeness after picking. They do everything. And so the Red Snapper Tomato.
That sounds very thorough.
Yes,
It's
super
so,
pumped
it's so
about
funny. Like everyone has their own things that they're so pumped up about and so interested in. And I just love that everyone is different and has their, they have their niche. And for some people it's tomatoes, for some people it's chickens,
it. There you go.
Mm-hmm.
individuality, like we were talking about before. It's just good to see everybody's different.
Love it.
Exactly. See those personalities come out.
Yeah, for sure.
Well,
Well, I
is
think
that
it's
time?
time. I think it's that time. So if you guys have been here the whole time, I just want to say thank you again for just being here with us and getting to know us more and more and what we're about and what we're trying to accomplish. And I do want to say something. And I'm forgetting his handle, but I want to thank all of the Midnight Farmers who helped out. I think it's Lassen. I want to say his screen name was Lassen something.
And he
On
goes by Bearded Archer.
Yeah, Spirited Archer. So his horse Dolly needed surgery. So they needed this horse for the farm. They spent their last dollars on this horse, and then the horse wound up having a problem with its leg and needed surgery. And he reached out to me and he asked, how can I get help for this? And I gave him some advice to put the x-rays on the GoFund page and, let everybody know that this is a legitimate injury that the horse has and he really, really needs it. And you guys came through in a major way. And I just want to say thank you from the bottom of my heart, because that is one of the reasons why I started all of this. I want to see everybody just supporting each other and helping each other out when we need it. And you don't get to see something like that every day. And when I read it to my children, all of the thing, like when I read it to my children and had that video where he thanked us, the Midnight Farmers, my children looked at that as mommy's doing something good for the world. And it made me feel really, really, really happy to be a part of that. And I want to continue to just thank you guys for being here and being so supportive of what we're doing and supportive of our tribe, our new tribe of people that we have in this community. Is just beautiful. It's amazing. Thank you guys so much.
Thank you.
Agreed. Thank you.
Okay. So, that is going to complete the episode of this crazy, crazy, unexpected, all kinds of technical difficulties episode, but it was really a lot of fun and a pleasure. And you guys can find all of our information on Farmer Froberg, is everywhere, Facebook, TikTok, all of these different places. Salty Beardo doesn't have Salty Beardo as Instagram yet, right?
No, I got to do that. I will do that. I will, yes, hold under pressure and I'll go get an Instagram.
But if you guys need any information about things that we've talked about on this show, just go to my website, www.victorygardensrevival.com, and you can find everybody's information. So, all right, that's it.
Danny, you got to
Awesome.
say it. You got to say the thing.
Oh, we're forgetting. Don't forget, in a time of need, when the world is absolutely crazy, you got to listen to what Mr. Rogers said. His mother always told him to look for the helpers. And that is what we're doing. We're looking for the helpers, and we're trying to help out the farmers and everybody who is growing food and trying to create change in the world.
Awesome.
And
And my battery survived.
look at that. Look at that. You're getting better.
Barely.
No
Barely.
chicken poop for you today.
No.
If
You can still
anything,
leave some chicken poop.
if anything, you have to go to Froggy's page and put chicken poop and chicken and the poop emojis, because he had all kinds of technical difficulties with his
It was me.
computer, and he shot his brother in the head. So I say chicken poop all over Froggy today.
I'm hiding
Yay,
in shame
winner.
behind our sign.
All right, you guys have
All
a
right,
good
everybody.
Good night, guys. Bye.